As we mentioned in the campaign overview video, there are a few different options for sending emails from SwiftAgent. One of the most common options is to create a nurturing campaign, which is the topic of this video. So let's create a nurturing campaign in SwiftAgent. From the main navigation at the top of your screen, select Marketing and choose Nurturing Campaign. At the top of the list toolbar, select New Campaign, and you'll see again the different options you have for creating a new campaign. And let's go ahead and select Nurturing Campaign. So let's go ahead and give this campaign a name. And we're going to pick a start date. And then we can enter a tag just to help us categorize this campaign, but it's not required. And you can see here that the campaign was created successfully, but it's in edit mode, and the campaign won't perform any of the actions until you actually start this campaign and the start date that we set is reached. So there's a button over here for Run the Campaign, but even if I were to click that right now, it wouldn't actually start the campaign until this date, the starts at date. So some of the basic information that you're going to need for a nurturing campaign is, of course, the recipients. So perhaps we want to select Colorado students. You'll notice here that there's 59 students that would be the recipient of this email campaign. Scrolling down a little further, you'll see the campaign designer. First, we have to choose what is going to start this campaign. So there should be a trigger for the campaign. And it's when a tag is applied to a contact. So let's select the tag. Junior 2020. So whenever one of my contacts is tagged with Junior 2020, then they will automatically start this campaign. Okay. Now, it's important to understand this tag could be applied to a contact manually by editing the contact and adding this tag, but it could also be applied to a contact when they fill out a form. So there's a couple different ways that this could happen. And the most common scenario is that the user fills out a form online, and then we apply this tag to them, and from that point they start receiving emails from this campaign. Okay, so what do we want this campaign to do? Let's add a campaign action called Send an Email. Now, we can create an email from scratch right here or choose one from the gallery, either way. But let's go ahead and give this a title. We're just going to call it Email 1 for the sake of showing you. And we want it to send right away. We can complete the subject line here. You can also switch the from name and the from email and the reply to email. So a couple of common fields for emails. And then let's start from scratch. Let's start with just a simple content block and save this. So now we can see that this campaign is triggered when a contact has Junior 2020 tagged. And then the first thing that will happen is email 1 will be sent immediately. So we can add another action, send another email, and this can be email 2. But this time we can say, let's send it 3 days after the previous. So this means that they would receive the first email immediately and the second email 3 days later. Once we've made the changes that we want, we can save this email as well. And now our campaign has 2 different emails that are going to be sent. So you would keep adding actions to your campaign until you have made the type of campaign that you were intending to make. Oftentimes there might be 3 or 5 emails for each nurturing campaign. There could be more or there could be less. Oftentimes at the very end, you might choose to apply a tag. So this tag could just specify to the user that they had completed this nurturing campaign, or it could tag them in such a way that it actually adds them to another campaign. So that's how you would use the ability to apply a new tag at the end of a campaign. Okay, when you're all done making your edits to this campaign, and you've checked your information and your recipients, and you know that it's going to send the correct number of emails, and maybe you've double checked the dates and the timing of those emails, then you can save this campaign and run the campaign. Now, this campaign is now running, but again, it's not going to start sending any emails until after November 30th. That's it for nurturing campaigns. We're going to cover the other types of campaigns in another video.